When you were sitting on the corner, playing catch a moment snatch, visit by the coroner. Do you remember? Not knowing there was a word for hatred, not knowing there was evil, sacred in the depths of willows wept, tears come and gone while you slept. Do you remember? The game nights in candlelight that were accompanied by a clear sky outside, never hearing God's hands clapping together. Do you remember? Those nights lying awake, shivering not from cold but from a cavernous fear, filling the void within your ears. Do you remember? Profound sounds bound to the ground, hounding and pounding at the walls of your crown. Do you remember? Running first and facing second, not recognizing the weapon that you held in your possession. Do you remember? The tranquil moments with homies and opponents, sitting round the table glass, smoking on the gas. Do you remember? The time before we were so hateful, so rage-filled while skill builds, whisked away with the pain of the day and impossible to rebuild. Do you remember? The span before the darkness spread through your heart, pumped into every nook and cranny from your fingertips to your kissing lips, spreading out like a disease. Do you remember? The times in our era, before your bleeding mascara formed the beauty of Cleopatra, before your tears ran with the strength of Niagara, before your heart was as barren as the deserts in Nevada, before you learned and then perpetuated the hatred of a color, before you split apart and disowned those of whom you can't condone, the way they think that's causing society to sink, even if it means it's your family, before you starved yourself to feel the beauty that you thought others felt from doing the same, before you flew off the handle at every stare and look, before insults were your first reaction to a highly tense situation, before your fist balled up first instead of reaching out a helping hand, before you felt that people couldn't be saved when you thought you could help, when you cared how they felt, when you gave a shit about the outcome of this world, when you didn't want to pass the buck and you wanted to own up, when you disregarded all the heartless and just needing some guidance. Do you remember? 'Cause I do. So take a journey with me through the devolving of humanity and the evolution of the substitution that will be left in my place. I feel like I remember. I don't know how to explain it. There's all sorts of conspiracies about, you know, I guess 2012 changed everything, and Fruity Loops, and, you know, or not Fruity, yeah, Fruit Loops, sorry. But I don't know, I don't think it was some specific date or anything that changed something. I think it's some mechanism, I think, inside of us that it clicks on when we reach a point in time that we have to grow up. Whether that's at 6 years old, at 14 years old, at 30, at 50. But it's the cynicism, it's naturally ingrained, socially constructed, instinctive cynicism that comes on at a certain point in time. And I don't know why, but I remember a time that I didn't feel the way I do, and I envy myself. I envy my past self. And I think if all I do is just sit and long for something that I don't have anymore, all I can do is stay stuck in the past. And so whether it be good or bad, I think I need to start accepting the things that make me myself, whether anybody agrees with them or not, honestly. And I think that's what we all need to do. We're gaining too much individuality to the point that we're losing community. And I think we need to reel it back and realize that we can all be unique and still find comfort in the people that are around us.